I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly. Glad to see you two escaped injury.
Not much more than the fact that they seem to have some sort of uneasy alliance. Friendship between wizards and goblins is rare enough, but between those two, they each want something the other has. I can guarantee it. That said, I fear they're like a two-headed serpent. Both will need to be taken down to stop whatever scheme they've been plotting.
Well, I did it again, chat. I did it again. I managed to foresee the future because obviously I have a crystal ball. I said from the beginning when they announced this character that someone is going to make a mod and people are going to melt down. Look at this. This mod fixes the voice pitch bug in the English voice over Sirona Ryan that caused her to sound inconsistent with her character and the voiceovers in other languages. I've done my best to get what sounds like the correct pitch, but it's a bit of a guess without the original unedited voice lines to use for reference. Didn't take long and Nexus decided to ban this mod. I would like to point out that they have not issued a single reason as to why. And it's also interesting because Nexus hosts other very peculiar mods. Like, for example, there is one which allows you to kill every NPC in Fallout 4. Yes, that includes kids. And you have another mod which allows you to create nude models, which can simulate sexual acts, requiring no age verification. Nexus approved. I am glad that at least there is a limit, you know, because I thought that the madmen have no limit at Nexus. But hold on, let me check notes. What did they do? They took a stand against bigotry. Bigotry has less of an impact in the world now because Nexus. Of course, this caused the Streisand effect. And now this is one of the most used mods in the game. But like this was to be expected because I have seen people on the far left end of the spectrum on Twitter not appreciating this character. Why? Because it feels like complete pandering. Everybody knows that if it wasn't for the controversy with the boycott and everything, they would not even have thought to add this character in the game. This character was added as a last minute thing to go like, oh, we're not transphobic. No one accused the developers of being transphobic. The whole controversy was that the money that goes to the game goes to J.K. Rowling and she was the transphobe, right? So by them adding this character into the game, it changes nothing. People on the right are complaining about the immersion breaking because like the game takes place in 1800 British society, number one. They weren't very tolerant back then, or unless you want to make the argument that we were always tolerant and you know, this history of racismus and sexismus and transmophobismus, it just doesn't exist. Like even in the past, in 1800, people were very enlightened and very tolerant to each other. So unless you want to make that argument, but the second argument that people are making is that this is the wizarding world, where they have magic potions and stuff. Like if someone feels that they do not belong in the correct body, they can just take a potion. They can cast a spell, right? But you're like forcing muggle issues into a game of wizardry. Now, personally, I don't really care either way. Like, this is not, from what I understand, a character that's in the game for that long anyway. Like, it's not that immersion breaking. But like, when you're playing the game, it reminds you of the controversy. It reminds you of Twitter. It reminds you of Twitch. And it's like, it should be escapism. Like, it should be... And again, like, if they would have announced this character from the beginning, fine. But, like, it's clearly put there in order to respond to the quote-unquote boycott, the unsuccessful boycott that this game was making. And by the way, it's going to be hilarious at the Video Gaming Awards, because this game sold well, has glowing reviews, even the mods on Reset Era seem to play it on Steam. But the journalists, they're going to be very scared to give this game any praise. And honestly, I don't know what else is going to come up this year, but like so far, yeah, this seems like an okay game. Compared to the other games, it might actually be worthy of getting a prize. It's going to be hilarious, right? So that is my next prediction. As for the other mods, okay, so I predicted this mod. I did not predict the one where you can change skin colors. Like that was a little bit weird. I didn't expect it. But there is another mod, which is probably the most popular. And this mod changes the ones in the game with guns. I don't even know if I can show it on YouTube because advertiser issue. They don't like seeing kids in schools with guns, right? But yeah, like you get to see the people at Hogwarts, right? Like children, like instead of having wands, they can have shotguns or they can have pistols, full semi-automatic ghost assault rifle, that type of stuff, right? So for some reason, that is the most popular mod in the game, followed by the skin changer one. And I think like this mod is going to become also very popular because again, it's the mortal busybodies, right? Like this is not an online game. Like it's just on your machine, it's just on your computer. No one is playing with you. You know, like what happened with the sanctity of your own bedroom argument? Like if someone wants to change a character, right? And here's the other interesting fact, right? Like if there is such a demand for LGBTQ characters, why aren't there mods of them? Do you notice that the mods only appear when there's a demand of something? Like people don't like the fact that they can't play with their favorite skin color. Okay, there's a mod now. People think it would be funny if there were guns. There's a mod. You know, what are the mods that add more diversity? That add more inclusion? Do people who want inclusivity do not know how to make mods, or do they actually not care that much? In other words, the market is telling them just stop. Just make a good game. This is all that the market wants. You know, focus your resources on making a good game so that everyone can play. That would be true inclusivity. When everybody plays and everybody wants to play a good game. When you are pandering to social issues, boycotts, you're breaking immersion, reminding people of Twitter, reminding people of Twitch, and all the other shit that goes on in the world that people are trying to escape from. You're spending resources on stuff that at best no one cares about, at worst they're counterproductive. I'm looking at the comments, by the way, and I'm on Twitter. There are so few people that are genuinely outraged about this mod. Like most people either don't care, or there are even some individuals that say, well, I didn't even know that she's supposed to be trans. Like I thought it's just a digital issue with the audio. And apparently that's what actually happened because they did hire a woman to play the character. But then due to the controversy of people trying to ban Hogwarts and boycott it, they used like a digital audio thing in order to change the voice, right? So that they can say, oh, we have like the first trans person in a Harry Potter game, blah, blah, blah. Such low effort, right? Like it's not even included in the story somehow so that, you know, you feel like, okay, well, this character has something to contribute to the story. It's like just a simple switch that changed the digital sound, and apparently like someone changed it back, and well, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.